In this video, I'm going to teach you how to flirt with a girl in order to get women to go out on dates with you, develop a crush for you, and eventually sleep with you. Some dating coaches teach that it is not necessary to learn to flirt because conversational hypnosis is much more powerful than flirting. However, using too much conversational hypnosis in a conversation will overwhelm a woman's brain. These coaches teach guys to use fluff talk between hypnosis patterns. The problem with this approach is that most guys end up going into boring job interview mode during this fluff talk. In other words, most guys just ask her, what is your job? Where did you go to school? And where are you from? Boring. Fluff talking between hypnosis patterns works for these dating coaches because they are experts at conversational hypnosis. However, I am not an expert, and you might be surprised to find that if you're not an expert at hypnosis, then flirting instead of fluff talk in between hypnosis patterns will boost your success rate with women. Now, before you even go out flirting with the ladies, make sure that you take a shower, get your hair cut at the barber, clean the dirt from under your fingernails, and wear something that women have complimented you wearing before. If you can't clear the black stuff from under your fingernails, then go get a manicure. Finally, if nothing in your wardrobe has ever been complimented on by a woman, then go to a men's fashion store that has attractive female clerks. Ask the clerk to help you pick out an outfit. Finally, buy yourself a fashion accessory that really stands out and invites conversation. For example, I sometimes wear a big gold dinosaur skull ring. It doesn't have to be expensive. My ring is just a plastic ring I printed with my 3D printer and painted gold. I invite you to imagine yourself wearing a new suit, looking like $1,000,000 with a smile as big as Texas on your face. Now, let the flirting begin. Some dating coaches teach their pupils to pre-screen the girls that they want to approach. In other words, they teach guys to look for body language cues to see which girl is already interested in them before approaching the girl. I don't pre-screen because I'm pretty sure that no 18 to 21-year-old cutie wakes up one morning and says, I'm going to F a old brown guy who's older than my father today. Instead, I use a combination of body language, flirting, and conversational hypnosis to create emotions such as attraction, love, and desire. Therefore, instead of pre-screening, I'll pretend to be the host of the party and stand by the front door so that I could greet everyone coming into the party. I'll shake everyone's hand as they come inside. I then introduce myself and tell a cute story about my name so they'll remember my name. Then I'll ask their name, and I'll also inquire if they have a cute story about their name. I do this so that we'll remember each other's names. Okay, let's get started with some flirting basics. First, to be a good flirt, you need to smile. Not just any smile, but a small smile that is a product of happiness and self-amusement, not a big try-hard smile where you try to impress a girl with your smile. Try-hards come across as needy and unattractive. Second, you need to have solid eye contact without staring down a girl in an aggressive manner. Spend 3 to 5 seconds looking at each of the following: her left eye, her right eye, lips, then both eyes. Then repeat. Next, you want to have a flirtatious handshake. Most guys have good handshakes with other men. You look the other guy in the eyes and give him a firm handshake with a couple of pumps. However, the same firm handshake will hurt a petite female's hands. But if you limp wrist that handshake, she will think that you're a weak beta male. So how do you give a woman an alpha handshake without hurting her hands? Now listen up, because this is what you do. You warmly hug her hand with both your hands. Do not give her the Vulcan death grip. Do not limp wrist it. Give her a warm, loving hug with both your hands. This says you are a strong, protective alpha male without hurting her hands with a firm handshake. Now, when you first approach a woman, you should stand 18 inches to 4 feet from the girl. If you're too close to her, she will scoot back. Don't scoot forward at this point. Maintain proper distance so you don't freak her out. The reason for the big range of 18 inches to 4 feet is that some cultures require different initial comfortable distance. With most Americans who are not immigrants, this distance is roughly 2 feet. For example, Latinas may want you to stand closer, while Germans may want you to stand further away. A good flirtatious opener is to compliment a woman. However, most guys get this wrong. They'll say that she's cute or hot. However, a very attractive woman will have heard this a million times already. You'll bore her before you even start a conversation with her. Never compliment a woman on what she was born with. Always compliment a girl on what she accomplished. For example, instead of saying that she has pretty blue eyes, I'll compliment a girl on her artistic talent. I'll say that I really dig the way she matched the color of her fingernail polish to her dress. I'll say that it shows she has a talented artistic sense of color. After you start your conversation with her, make sure both of you have fun. Most guys mistaken flirting as sensual innuendos. You might be surprised to find that this is not true. Flirting is simply having fun conversations. Laugh and make her giggle and have a grand old time. Tell jokes and touch escalate. Your first touches should be totally casual and not sensual. For example, your first touches should be a handshake or a high five. Gradually and slowly escalate your touches. Escalate too quickly, and she'll reject you for being a creep. You may use excuses to escalate your touches. For example, I'll either offer to do a palm reading or a mind reading in order to start holding her hand. Then, I'll tell some jokes, and while she is laughing, I'll start escalating the touches to sensual touches. For example, I'll tell a joke, and while she is laughing, I'll pat her on the back. Then I'll tell another joke, and while she is laughing, I'll pat her on the thigh. I escalate touches while she is laughing because you might be surprised to find that it is impossible to reject someone when you are laughing and having a good time. You may also escalate things by purposely misunderstanding what she says as statements of attraction for you. For example, if she says that she has a painfully stiff neck, you may reply, "Are you asking me for a massage? I can be your friend, but I'm not that kind of guy." You may even set up a date with a girl using purposeful misunderstanding. For example, if a girl says that she loves country pop music, you reply, "I have tickets to a Taylor Swift concert." She responds, "Oh, I love Taylor Swift." You then purposely misunderstand her and say, "Oh, you just said that you want to come with me? Okay, sure." Now you've got a date lined up. Also, you may escalate things by closing the distance. Again, do this slowly so you don't freak her out. I like telling a girl that I have a secret to whisper in her ear. That will make her lean forwards towards me while I get in really close to her in order to whisper that secret. I'll lean in so close that our cheeks touch. While you're talking to your flirting interest, the best way to make a woman feel really special is to really listen to what she has to say. Ask open-ended questions in order to get her talking. For example, while on a date, I like to ask girls, "What do you want out of life?" Then I'll shut up and listen to what she has to say. I'll listen for keystone words that are really important to her. For example, if a girl says blah, 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 destiny, yada, 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 fate, then destiny and fate are her keystone words. I'll then use these words in my sentences so that her subconscious feels like whatever I'm saying are her own words, not something I'm pushing off on her. Finally, as a caveat, you can't get effed over text. Therefore, do not exchange texts either with your phone nor with a dating app for weeks before setting up a date. You may flirt with her with text, but don't overdo it. As soon as possible, talk with her on the phone so you can use your conversational hypnosis on her to set up a date. Meet her in real life as soon as possible because you can't get effed over the internet. You might be surprised to find yourself meeting and dating much hotter women after using these flirting techniques at the next party you attend. You may also use some of these flirting techniques for texting online, but just be sure to move things into real life as soon as possible. I invite you all to use these flirting techniques to have some real fun out there. Good luck. I'm rooting for you.